Hi everyone, I am Haris and I am a teen reading ambassador for the National Library Board. And today, I will be reading a story titled Hafiz and the Raya Recipes by Deborah Ann Francisco. Let's begin. Hafiz sat down with the phone in his hand. His tears welled up in his eyes. Ibu and Ayah had called with bad news. It took him by surprise. His mother and father had gone for a trip to settle some business abroad. But a fire broke out in that factory of theirs. Cleaning up would take a squad. "We're so sorry, Hafiz," Ayah had said. "Tell Kakak and Abang too. We won't be home for Hari Raya this year. It's making us very blue." Nenek came out from her bedroom to find him sitting there in quite a daze. "Don't be upset, my dear sweet boy. We'll celebrate in other ways." When Kakak and Abang came home that night, they sat down to chat in his room. They needed something to lift their spirits, to banish all that gloom. "Let's go out for a Raya meal, and let's make it really lavish. We can all dress up in our best attire, not simple, but outlandish." Kakak seemed proud of the idea she had. She looked real smug and glad. Abang did not seem impressed and said, "Your idea is really quite bad. Hari Raya is all about family. It's about forgiveness too. There is no need for a fancy meal. That is my point of view." Hafiz considered his Abang's opinion. He did make a lot of sense. Then suddenly, an idea popped into his head. One that didn't need much expense. "Let us cook an amazing feast, and then invite all our friends and kin. Let's show them what Hari Raya's about." Hafiz whooped with a giant grin. Kakak's eyes widened as she thought about Hafiz's good idea. They decided to list their favorite dishes their mother cooked every year. Beef rendang topped the list, as well as sayur lodeh. And of course, the perfect Raya meal would have to include satay. Do you know what these dishes are? If you don't, I can help explain them to you. Beef rendang are tender chunks of beef simmered in a gravy of spices and coconut milk. Sayur lodeh are vegetables simmered in a coconut curry. And of course, we all know satay, which are meat on sticks. "We have to serve ikan bakar. I'd really like some fish." Kakak was thinking very hard of what else would go with that dish. "Ayam goreng," Abang exclaimed. "We can't do without that, can we? It'll go perfectly with fluffy white rice. It'll be very popular, you'll see. Ikan bakar is grilled fish, whereas ayam goreng is Malay-style fried chicken." They wrapped up their discussion by shortlisting a selection of kueh, which include pulut inti, dodol, and onde-onde. Kueh are bite-sized desserts. Pulut inti are steamed glutinous rice with a topping of sweet coconuts. Dodol is a chewy toffee-like dessert. And onde-onde are little balls of glutinous rice flour filled with melted palm sugar and rolled in fresh grated coconut. Nenek came into the room just then to listen and to advise. "The three of you can't cook at all. This isn't very wise." Teach us, Nene. We're fast learners. But she laughed and shook her head. I cook by sight and touch and taste, so it's impossible, she said. You should look for my old recipes. They are somewhere around the place. You'll find more accurate instructions stored in an old suitcase. Hafiz was intrigued and game to look for that precious case. So the next day, after breaking fast, he went on a recipe chase. He looked in the cupboard in the kitchen, as it seemed the likeliest place. He searched wardrobes in the rooms and in any probable space. Finally, he wandered into the shed. There was nowhere else to look. Boxes and bags were stored on the shelves and in every cranny and nook. His eyes were examining the odds and ends. Old golf bags and a huge teddy bear when they settled on an object nestled in an armchair. That is it, yelped Hafiz, and he pulled the strap of the old brown case. And as it landed on the floor with a thud, he had a smile he could not erase. He ran into Nene's bedroom. He was about to take a nap. Her eyes lit up when she saw the bag and she rested it on her lap. I left home with this precious suitcase about 50 years ago. I remember it was my wedding day when I left the old bungalow. Nene opened the battered old bag, and much to Hafiz's happiness, he found sheets of handwritten recipes beneath old books and a pink lace dress. I was sad when I left my family, but my mother made me feel better by giving me her cherished recipes, which I followed to the letter. They are yours now. Use them well, and pass them on when you're grown. To the next generation, Hafiz, dear boy, when you have children of your own. Hafiz took those long-lost treasures. His siblings he brought these too. They planned their feast with the Raya recipes. They knew exactly what to do. And at the end of Ramadan, their guests came streaming in to indulge in the great Raya feast. They welcomed friends and kin. And that's the end of the story. Do you have any family recipes that have been passed down to you? Perhaps it's time to take them out and try cooking a dish or two. If you don't, you can head to any public library to borrow this book, because there are recipes for you to follow. I hope you enjoyed the story, Hafiz and the Raya recipes. And for those who celebrate it, Selamat Hari Raya. Thank you. Bye.